And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. So the Kansas City Royals looking like a team that could make some noise. It's a strong roster to start the year. Where do you think they stack up among the league's best?
Oh, Boog, they're
ready to go. Now it's the second base.
Royals,
Joe Brandon,
baseman, number 25.
And that's through there for a strike. And we're off and running in a brand new season. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. So a pitcher making his major league debut and getting the opening day start. Not something we see very often.
no kidding, Boog. And just look around the league here on opening day. You'll see a lot of proven aces getting the start. So they're hoping that that's what he can be for this organization. Someone who can start a bunch of opening days for them in the future as well.
Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That one misses, and it's 2-2. Just off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting the ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
In the dirt, and that's ball one. One out, base is empty. And a swing and a miss.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Man, he had the stanky leg on that one right there. That curveball just locked him up.
2 outs, base is empty. So up now for Kansas City, Joe Brandon. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Two outs, base is empty. Just missed. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Joe Brandon. That misses. 1-0. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Joe Brandon with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And that is that. And we're back. Pitching in our game today, Pablo Cano. What should we keep an eye on here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Now it's the DH, Joe Brandon. There's the swing and a miss.
0-2.
And that's a little bit high. And the count 1-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Just missing there.
Inside.
And it's 2-2.
That's excellent location for a pitch like that. It looks like it's going to be a strike, and then it just runs in on the hands. So if you can command it and hitters have to respect it, just keep going in there until they make you make an adjustment.
Here's the Pirates lineup now. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Next offering upstairs. Fastball is outside. That one's in there. And now 3-1. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, catcher, number
And
30.
now Kevin Parra looking for his first big league hit right here. And that one gets past the catcher. And no movement on the bases. It's ball one. That one missed.
Inside, ball 2.
Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the dirt. That clips the corner. Man at first, one away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
So up next, Joe Brandon. And that bunted towards third. The runners move up on the sacrifice.
Batting fifth, third baseman, number 31.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Joe Brandon.
Keep an eye on this at bat because even though it's early, it could change the outcome of this game. Look for your pitch and attack it.
Ball one there.
He's got a base open, so pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
This to center field. Drops into the glove, and that's the inning. Pirates strand a couple. Scoreless after one. Second inning set to go. Here's the third baseman, Joe Random.
Number 22.
Oler back to work. Random measures 6 feet 2 inches. Batting sixth in today's lineup. He joined the team as a free agent. Fouled off left side.
That's a ball.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
On the ground to the left. Random. And quickly one away in the second.
Batting seventh, right fielder, number 8.
And now the right fielder, Joe Random. On the ground, right side, Random. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Joe Random. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Second inning here, no score. On the corner for a strike.
1-1.
Breaking ball through there for a strike.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
2-2 the count.
2-2 now. Ground ball up the middle. Random. Whips it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Royals bats are quiet there. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at PNC
Leading
Park, bottom of the
Pirates,
inning. And now the shortstop, Joe
number
Random.
27.
And that's a little high.
Counts 1-0.
Swinging a foul straight back. And the right-hander deals. And that skips in the dirt. Outside low. And the count is 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground, right side. Leadoff man retired here in the second. Joe Random, the next Pirate to
Center
hit.
fielder, number 18.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
High fly ball out to left field. Random. 2 down.
Batting 8th, left fielder, number 17.
Here's the left fielder, Joe Random. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
It was a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting 9th, right fielder, number 26.
So digging in, Joe Random, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Oh, and that liner got him. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the out. Pirates leave one. We'll move to the third with no. On to the third inning. So up now for Kansas City, Joe Brandon.
23.
Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. Slider for a strike. Swings and misses, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Here's the second baseman, Joe Brandon. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
0-1.
Top of the third, no score. That missed
1-1.
inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Pitch is in the dirt, and the count now even up. Gets under and pops it up. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandon.
Now batting.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That misses the
Ball 1, no
zone.
strike.
Ball 1. Back up the middle and a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Joe Brandon with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
A little bit low. Ball 3. Random in the on deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. In there at the knees, 3-1. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score him.
Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the bottom of the third. Now at the plate, Joe Brandon. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Man aboard on the leadoff single. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Joe Brandon. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Feeds to second, out there. And they'll just get the 1. Here's the catcher, Kevin Parra. He reached on a walk his first time.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Inside. And that is ball 1. On the ground, 2 ball. And he can't come up with it. The throw to second.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get two. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least one.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Joe Brandom. And delivers outside. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Line drive, and no one can get there. Coming home. He scores, and they have the lead.
Well done, drives in the run. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
So a runner at second, 2 down. Brandom getting ready to hit. Fly to center his first time. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Sizes this one up. And that is that. But the Pirates strike on this run-scoring double. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball. And as we go to the top of the fourth, now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Joe Brandom. Just missed.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field, and it falls. And a good start to the inning.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now the DH, Joe Brandom. Gets the bunt down the right side. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Now batting, number 22.
Sometimes you can get a little too aggressive trying to cut off that lead run and try to make something happen that really isn't there. Got to take that sure out at first base. Not sure what happened right there in terms of communication.
Tying run in scoring position here on opening day. Trying to move the runners over. Brandom whips it across, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
We don't see this very often anymore. Runner on first and second, sack bunt down to move him up, but he does a nice job, executes perfectly. See if they can get a couple of runs across.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brandom, the next to hit, grounded out his first time up. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
1-1's the count.
Now this is in the air down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. Second and third, one away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Yeah, the batter now, Joe Brandom. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Top half of inning number 4. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. It's 2-1.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
2 outs. Runner on first. Joe Random digs in now. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Nabs it, and that'll do it. But 2 ready to go.
Leading
Bottom
off
4
for
at the plate for Pittsburgh. Joe Random.
Number 27.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
On the ground right side. And foul ball. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. On to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. That's in there, and the count is 0-2. The Pirates down by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. That's one of those things where, as a hitter, you kind of feel like you were due for something like that to drop in for you, no matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat as of late. And he just fought it off and dropped it in there perfectly.
Now it's going to be Joe Random bunting, and he pops it up. Tosses to first, out on the sac bunt.
Now batting, number 26.
Joe Random, the next Pirate to hit. Grounded out his first time. Just missed.
1-0.
Random at second with 2 down. Swings through that one for strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Popped up. Squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for Pittsburgh. They're down 2-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Oler back to work. Swings through that one.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Now the number 2 hitter, Joe Random. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
One really cool moment I remember at PNC Park is the 2006 Home Run Derby during All-Star Weekend. David Ortiz and Ryan Howard each hit homers into the Allegheny River on the fly. Really awesome to watch.
Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 down, base is empty. That's down and in. looking. That's a strikeout. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah,
Now
he's been very frugal today,
28.
economical with the pitch count.
2 down, bases empty. Joe Brandom steps in for the Royals. In there for strike 1. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And that one is inside ball 1. Right side. Into the outfield, base hit. And that extends the inning. And next up for the Royals, Joe Brandom. He's 2 for 2. Outside with a breaking ball. And another ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Joe Brandom loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. Brandom getting loose as well. 2 outs. And he swings through that one.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there. But you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So 1 hit is all they get. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Royals 2 and the Pirates 1. And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Joe Brandom. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And that misses. And 1-1. Late on that fastball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball. Slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The next pitch misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Struck him out looking.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Brandom. And that one hammered. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now batting, number 30.
Kevin Parra now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Parra in his rookie season, just 21 years old. And he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2025. That misses, and that's ball 1.
That's in. Ball 2.
The Pirates trailing by a run. Last half of inning number 5. Close, but called a ball. And the count is 3-1. And a swing and a miss there.
3-2.
And there's ball 4.
Now batting, number
Joe
34.
Brandon, the next Pirate to hit. Fought off foul. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. And now 1-2. Parra leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left.
Now pitching
We're back,
for the
and they make a
Pirates.
change. Down to third baseman, Joe Brandon. 0 for 2 in this one. There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
That one the other way, down the line, and it's foul. The other way, and foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Random in the box again. Takes a strike. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
All game long, he's really done a great job of keeping these hitters guessing. You've got to play with that front foot. And he's done exactly that, keeping them off balance.
Swings and misses. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the
Now
mound.
batting,
Joe
number
Brandon,
18.
the next Pirate to hit. That
0-1,
misses
no
the zone. 1-0. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that'll get down for a hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. Definitely a little bit fooled by a well-thrown changeup there as he got it off the end of the bat, but still able to muscle it to the outfield.
Random in the box now. No balls and a strike. Dribbled up the third baseline. And that's just foul. Oh and 2 now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 6. Back here in Pittsburgh. Fastball for a strike.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
1-1.
Next offering way upstairs. And that's too high.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
1 strike.
To the right side, Random. The flip to the pitcher covering, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
That's a huge defensive play in the
Number
late stages of the
29.
game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Pablo Cano is done.
Well, Boog, as he leaves, he's got a shot at his first MLB win. He's going to need the rest of
Now
that staff
pitching
to
for
step
Kansas
up and
City.
preserve this narrow lead,
Number
though.
14.
To the plate now for Pittsburgh. So 2 down. Stepping in, Kevin Parra. Missed
1-0.
inside with the curve.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
Off the mark there. And a count now 2-0.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
That one is absolutely belted. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Throw, and it gets away. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. So he gets 2 milestones with that hit, his first big league knock, and he drives in his first run as well.
Yeah, you love to get both of those out of the way with just one swing of the bat, and it makes the special moment even more special. It's not just an individual accomplishment when you're also driving in a run for your team. That's an at-bat he's never going to forget.
So a runner at third, 2 men out. Random getting ready to hit. Out in front and foul to the left side. On the ground to third. In plenty of time to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the. Welcome back, and a new arm.
That's ball 4.
Now the left fielder, Joe Random. There's a strike.
Yeah, you can see he just kind of stabbed at that one instead of just keeping his hands soft and absorbing the baseball with the bat.
And strike 2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Got him. That's out number 2.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base, but job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
Next to hit, Joe Random. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. To the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. They miss a big chance to take the lead here late. And welcome back.
Ball 4, take the base. You're out. 3.
Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Para, the next to hit. On a line. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting.
Next, it's the Pirates cleanup hitter, Joe Random. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. And the runner stays where he is. Activity in the bullpen. Randall Kincaid, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Random also throwing.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is now in scoring position. 2 away. Here's the third baseman, Joe Random. 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of flyouts. Yeah, that's fouled off. Trying to send this to extra innings. Out to short, Random. Off balance throw in time. That's the 3rd out, and we're headed.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Blair Strong. And this is the best way to make your major league debut. No one on base.
Yeah, you're already.
Go ahead run on base. Random digs in now. The pitch. 0-1.
Oh, this is a case of just slowing the game down. Sometimes you get so concerned with getting the job done, you forget that you still have to get a good pitch to do the job with.
Trying to move him over here. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
See, Boog, that right there, that's a perfect example of why he shouldn't be out there at that position. He clearly isn't comfortable. He doesn't look fluid. His footwork's all over the place, and just can't make that throw to beat the runner.
Digging in, Joe Random. And he lays one down the left side. Slings to second. And he'll keep it for just the one.
Now that number 25.
Joe Random will hit next. And with the game going to extras, he's still got a chance to keep his hitting streak going.
Counts 1-0.
And a pitch out, but nothing going on.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Bullpen action for the Pirates. Joe Random loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. That's in there. Outside low, and a count 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that's way high. And that's ball 3.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's a full count.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. Joe Random getting ready to hit.
Now batting, number 24.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And that's downstairs and outside. Next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a really good take.
Lifted in the air down the left side. And that's the 3rd out. Back here in extras, and a new pitcher on the runner in scoring position. No
Number
outs.
13.
Random now at the plate. Sack bunt towards 3rd. And they get the leadoff man in the 10th.
Now batting, number 18.
Up next for the Pirates, Joe Random. Outfield playing pretty shallow. Missed with a changeup. Ball 1.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Up the middle. Base hit. That'll do it. In comes the winning run, and the Pirates walk it off in extra innings.
So exciting to see a team walk it off. Not so much fun if you're on the other side, but what a great way to win. This team is celebrating, and this win is well-deserved.
A 3-2 final score. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. So the Cleveland Guardians were not in the postseason last year, but they've made some key additions, and they're among the league favorites now. There's a real hunger around this team, Chris, and with the fan base, they really think they've got a shot to make some noise this year. Ready to go now, and stepping. And now we'll see one of the top prospects in baseball step in the box for his major league debut. Ronald Rodriguez. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Brandon snags it for the second out. And he boots it. Joe Brandon. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike. Castilla, in his rookie season, he features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a two-seamer, and occasionally works in a splitter. The shortstop takes the ball. Got him swinging. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the...
It's in and out of his glove. Still able to fire over, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Time to check out the Rockies lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton. Of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. That one just misses, and the count is even 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not stopping, he's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So a runner at third, 2 outs. Random will hit next. Foul ball there.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
0-2.
Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 outs and a runner at third here on opening day. Next offering is down low.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That misses. It's 2-2.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
The next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Joe Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Grounds one to short. That's a base hit. Run scores. The throw is wild and it gets away.
Picks himself up at RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
2 outs, runner at first. Joe Random digging in for the Rockies. And that's in there for strike 1. Random, the runner at first with 2 gone. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
And there's the ball. Way high with that one. Now 2-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Outside corner, got him looking. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Back here in Denver now.
First base. Ball 4, take your base. You're out. Ball 4, take your base. That's ball 4.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make
Now pitching.
Joe Random will take over here.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Rodriguez in the box now, takes strike 1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And he takes one right on the black, and it's 0-2. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one is back. 1 runs in, and it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Now the second run is in there safely, and the lead is up to 5. Ronald Rodriguez with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
One down, runner at third. Random digs in now. That one finds the zone. Strike one. One away with a runner at third here in game one of this three-game set. And that is out of play. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. And a good eye there.
Excellent arm action on that two-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Back against the wall with two.
Back here at Coors Field, now the third baseman, Joe Brandon. Castilla back to work. That one in there across the letters.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
And ball one. Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual. Caught it out front and ripped it down the line, and as soon as he saw it get through the infield, man, he started making that big turn towards second for the double. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And a sac bunt here. Sends it to first. That's one out in the bottom of the second.
Batting 8.
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Brandon.
13.
Fastball for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Outside low. Going to count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Not close with that one. The count now 2-2. One away with a runner at third. That missed by a lot. And it's 3-2. And ball four, 2 aboard.
Batting 9th, left fielder.
One away,
18.
runners at first and third. So in now for Colorado, Joe Brandon. First pitch misses. Runners at the corners, one away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Well, he left that changeup up. Got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
That one missing inside.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that's in for a strike.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. He can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
Next offering upstairs.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the end.
And this ball gets down. It's a hit. The runner from third comes across as they get one back. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
Comes through with the RBI. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
Random now at the plate as he swings through strike one. That one fouled off. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And he can't make the play. One run across. Another comes in to score. It's 7-4.
You know, when you flat out botch a fly ball in the outfield, it's a pretty terrible feeling, but it compounds things when it allows 2 runs to score. It happens to every outfielder at some point, but you just hate to see it when it's such an impactful error.
Joe Brandom digging in for the Rockies. First time up, he grounded to third. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Sizing this one up. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. It's 7-5. Next to hit for the Rockies, Brett MacArthur. 1 for 1. He tripled in his first trip. That one not close. And that's ball 1.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
2 out, space is empty. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Hey! 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit.
Now batting, number 20.
So, man aboard. Now the Rockies catcher, Joe Brandom. RBI single his last time up. On the ground, and that's just foul. That one lifted to left. Brandom makes the catch. That is the inning. So it's 4. And we're back. New inning. Joe Brandom digging in for the Rockies. He's 0 for 1. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Out towards right center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2 plus. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
Lays down a bunt to the right side. Quickly to second for 1, and that's 2.
Now batting,
The 3-6-1 double
10.
play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Joe Brandom digging in for the Rockies. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And that one upstairs, ball 1. And that chops in for a strike. Next offering misses down and away.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But
They should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And that one finds its way through. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Next for Colorado, Joe Brandon. The walk and a run scored his first time. Lined, and that's a base hit. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out. Joe Brandon getting ready to hit. Doubled in his first AB. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. But Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 on, 2 outs. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Can't get to it, and it eats him up. The run comes in to score from second, and they trail by 1. First and second, 2 outs. Brandon, the next to hit. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here on opening day. Tap foul at the plate. Two outs. Out to short. Rodriguez throws to first in time. That ends the inning and stops things.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the 4th, Joe Brandon. Ronald Rodriguez now at the plate.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Just off the inside edge.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
2 balls.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Should be a pass ball, and there are 2 in scoring position now. Random on third. Random over at second with 1 down. Swung on, looped into center. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting.
Now win now for Cleveland, Joe Brandon. 0 for 2 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You know, these Guardians putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
That one finds the corner. 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here on opening day. And down on strikes. Now 1 away.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Movement in the bullpen. Joe Brandon preparing to come on if needed. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 1-1. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Now batting, number 27.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping up for the Guardians, Joe Brandon. Up and in, and that is ball 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's
oh, nice stop on a slide, and they get the out. 1 hit in the inning, a solo homer. Last half of the 5th coming up. Guardians back here in Denver. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So in now for Colorado, Joe Brandon. First offering, and it just misses. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Mark Sanchez appears to be getting ready, and I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Brandon also getting ready.
Nope. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Swung on, popped up left side. Random under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Now
1 up, 1
batting,
down.
number 1.
Joe Brandon digging in for the Rockies. That's off the inside corner. 1-0. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
once you get the ball by the pitcher.
Pitching for
So out of the
Cleveland,
pen comes the right-hander,
Number
Ronaldo Caps. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
Slings to first, and that's an out on the sacrifice. Joe Brandon digs in now. A walk, and he's also singled. That one close, ruled the ball. Ball 1. And that one clips the corner. Brandon at second with 2 down. Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Liner, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score.
That's back-to-back singles for him. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now it's going to be Joe Brandon. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
That's outside, and a full count now. Towards first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. And welcome back to the ballpark. Started the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike. That one misses. And now it's even 1-1. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. So the lineup flips over. Here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Joe Brandon. Yeah, that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. That one catches the corner for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little
24.
while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Random stands in here, takes ball 1
1,
low.
no strike.
Just off the inside edge. Swing and a foul out of play. Swings through that one for strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Way upstairs, and it's 3-2.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing across here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Guardians 8. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the Rockies leadoff hitter, Joe Brandon. Caps back to work. And that one missing low. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Henry Tucker getting ready to go. Thompson getting cranked up as well.
Outside, that's
and a breaking ball misses outside. And a big swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Check swing, called strike. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
And now, Joe Brandon. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Hit in the air, left field. Brandon makes the play, and there are 2 down. Brett MacArthur getting ready to hit. Here comes the 0-1. That one almost got him.
Strike. Two balls, 1 strike.
Out to short, into the outfield, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting, number 27.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Joe Brandon. That's a strike. 0-1.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
This one in the air center field. Random settles underneath it, and that is the inning. So one left for Colorado. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Joe Brandon.
Now pitching.
He's making his second appearance of the season. Rodriguez, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. Random in his second season. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. This one could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay now around third, waving him home. Save. He comes all the way around for an inside the park home run.
Well, they call it one of the most exciting plays in baseball for a reason, Boog. Always fun to see an inside the parker, and man, he was flying out of the box. And I think that by the time he was getting to second, he had it in his mind to go all the way. That's just great hustle from start to finish.
And here's the first baseman, Joe Brandon. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 4. Take your base. 3. 3. 3.
Bottom of the 7th, and now Joe Brandon. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Boog, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
A dive, and he can't haul it in. Throws to second, and they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And that bunted towards third. Zips it to first. Out on the sac bunt.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Next to hit, Joe Brandon. And that one hit to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Oh, and this one gets away. No advance, though.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning, so it's got to clearly get far enough away from the catcher. If you're the runner at third, think about scoring.
And that one fouled off. Runner at third, 2 away. And a strike on the outside edge.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Misses outside, and the count is 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. Guardians 10 and the Rockies 7. Ready to begin the 8th. Here's the left field. Down. Now it's the shortstop, Ronald Rodriguez. He's already homered in this game. Top of the zone for a called strike. Spikes that one. It goes to the backstop. And it's a ball and a strike as the runner holds. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
This one smoked, could be trouble. And that's going to get into the corner. Lead runner around second. Coming home. The relay throw. But it's offline. It's 11-7.
Now
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One out, runner at second. Random will hit next. Off the mark there. Ball one.
Ball one, no strikes.
That one pushed foul. One out and a runner at second, and we're in the top of the eighth. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Gets it to first, and there are two outs. And up next for Cleveland, Joe Random. He's already homered here in this one. Ball one there. Upstairs. In the air, left field. Random pulls that one down, and that is that. One run, a pair of hits, no errors, and one left on. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the back here at Coors Field. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. That clips the zone. That's strike one. Action in the pen down there. Joe Random up and throwing. Sanchez warming up as well. Right through there for a strike. In the air, out towards left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away.
Batting.
Joe Random digging in for the Rockies. And that misses. And it's 1-0. In the air, left field, down the line, and that'll fall for a base hit.
He had a pretty ugly offer going into this game up until that at bat, so a little sigh of relief there. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough, but right there it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff with base hit.
Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. One at second. Throw to first. Safe.
He's good.
Now batting, number 25.
Next for Colorado, Brett MacArthur. Pitch misses, and that's ball one. Foul ball. And that one upstairs.
One strike.
Ground ball to the right side. And foul ball. That's a little bit low. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Ronaldo Caps won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. New pitcher on now, Henry Tucker.
89.
On for his major league debut, and a moment he will never forget.
Better.
Ball 4, take your base. That's ball 4. Ball 4, take your base. You're out.
So bases
Now
all
back,
loaded up.
number 51.
Rodriguez, the next to hit. Just a single short of the cycle. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that gets down into the gap. 1 run is in. Oh, he botches it. Coming home. Now 3 runs are in. Here he comes around third, and he's in there. It's an inside the park grand slam. And they now lead by 9.
Wow, that's just not something you see very often. An inside the park grand slam. Oh my goodness, that happens maybe once every few years, if that. And this guy was looking to come up with a big hit with the bases loaded, and clearly that one qualifies.
2 outs, nobody on. Joe Brandom digs in for the Guardians. Line drive, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John. Up now for Washington, Joe Random.
The designated hitter, number 27.
That one a little bit high, and a new season is officially underway. Next pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. So a pitcher making his major league debut and getting the opening day start. Not something we see very often.
No kidding, Boog. And just look around the league here on opening day. You'll see a lot of proven aces getting the start. So they're hoping that that's what he can be for this organization. Someone who...
As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Well, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing. But that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Next offered in there for a strike. 0-2 now.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the slider, and there's 2 gone. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
1-1. That was straight queso right there.
Swings through that.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Middle of the first. No score after a half inning. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Our starter in this one, Mike Grace. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. Warren Joyce with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you worked to get here.
That one off the mark. 1-1.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games. So I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Fly ball to right. Makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Here's Joey Wendell.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball. He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Next offering is downstairs.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Center field. Random. Under it. Makes the grab for the second out. Here's the Dodgers lineup now.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 47.
2 down, bases empty. Eric Fraser steps to the plate for the Dodgers, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Pitch misses there. 1-0. Grace, just 21 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2025. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here on opening day. That's out to center field. Random makes the catch, and that is that. They push across 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, no one left. All set for the start of the inning. And now up for Washington, Joe Random. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Next pitch is downstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one missed.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Ground ball left side. Throws to first. 1 up, 1 down. Joe Random digging in for the Nationals. Outside corner, there's a strike.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
There's a strike. 1 out, bases empty. He goes down looking. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Swinging a foul straight back. The 0-1. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. 2 outs, base is empty. And misses inside.
Had some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far moving the ball around nicely.
That pitch just misses the inside corner. 2-2. Good eye right there.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1. Back here in L.A. And here's the rookie catcher, Willie Talley. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Grace back to work. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside, ball 1. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Martin Delgado, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
1 down, base is empty. Stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
2 outs, base is empty. Reggie Tomlinson now at the plate. That one outside. And that is ball 1. That clips the corner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit out into left center field. And that keeps the inning alive. Reggie Tomlinson with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
2 outs. Foul ball, still 0-2. Pickoff throw.
Safe. Ball.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
That's down and in.
Really good run, perhaps a little bit too much on that two-seamer. Couldn't hold the corner.
And down on strikes he goes. That K is his 3rd of the game. 1 left for LA, but they still lead it 1-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's the left fielder, Joe Random. Hit in the air, left field. Pena makes the grab, and there's 1 down. Now, Joe Random. Fastball for a strike. That one's upstairs, ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. This to third, Wendell. Over to first, and there's 2 away. And now the center fielder, Joe Random. And that one fouled off. This ball's chopped on the ground. Wendell. The throw to first, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Brian Almonte. That catches the corner. In the air, out towards right center. Random has this one sized up. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Now batting, number 35.
Warren Joyce steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Tripled and scored to lead off the game. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a base hit into right center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, number
So up
29.
next, Francesco Santos. Moved to first. And he dives back in safely. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. No throw. He's in there safely. 1 out and a runner at second here on opening day. swings and blasts one deep to left center. And that one hops the wall. One run across. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home.
Well, they call it one of the most exciting plays in baseball for a reason, Boog. Always fun to see an inside the Parker. And, man, he was flying out of the box. And I think that by the time he was getting a second, he had it in his mind to go all the way. That's just great hustle from start to finish.
Base is empty, one away. And next for L.A., Joey Wendell. First pitch swinging.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And a base hit. So a man at first. And now the first baseman, Eric Fraser.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
0-1's the count.
That one drifts inside. Still only one out here in the inning. And there's the ball. And it's fouled away. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
And there's a foul ball. Wendell off of first with two away.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Got it. He picks up his fifth strikeout on the hill. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, including the home run. And welcome back to the ballpark. Out of the fourth. And now here's the Nationals leadoff man, Joe Brandon. Random checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Pena hauls it in, and there's one away. And here is Joe Brandon.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
These hitters have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. The wind of the pitch. A little roller up along first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Joe Brandon digging in for the Nationals. Struck out swinging his first time. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Fastball right there smoked him in the leg. At least it's in the leg and not in the wrist or the hand, but it still hurts, man.
And that one is lifted in the air. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left. On now to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth,
11.
Martin Delgado. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Delgado measures 6 feet 2 inches, just 19 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2025.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think
that hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Here's the second baseman, Reggie Tomlinson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Pickoff move to first. The throw is wild. Tag, and they got him. So an error on the play, but they get the out anyway. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Out to short. Random. Not in time, and he reaches safely.
See, Boog, that right there, that's a perfect example of why he shouldn't be out there at that position. He clearly isn't comfortable. He doesn't look fluid. His footwork's all over the place, and just can't make that throw to beat the runner.
Pena batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Goes down looking.
Now batting.
And now the right fielder, Brian Almonte. He's 0 for 1. Just missed.
Ball 1, no strikes.
This one in the air. Random under this one. He's got it, and that ends the inning. We go to the top of the fifth. Up now for Washington, Joe Random. Kaufman back to work. And that's in there at the knees.
Well, these Nats, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout.
Now
he can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Joe Random digging in for the Nationals. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Next one misses, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. He swings and hits a fly ball center field, and it drops in. So a man aboard now with one away. Joe Brandom with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Man at first. Next to hit for the Nats, Joe Brandom. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Trying to move him over here. On to first, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
Well, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner into scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Joe Brandom digging in for the Nationals. Pitch misses there. Ball one. Runner at second, 2 down here on opening day. Close one, doesn't get the call, and the count is 2-0. Just missed. Fastball for a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
3-2.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. That's to third, and a foul ball. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Another inning complete, but not before they break up the no-hitter. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Nationals nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters are performed up to this point. And first offering is fouled off. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. A changeup missing. Now 1-2. That one almost got him. Out there to center. That one gets down for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now pitching for Washington.
On the mound now, Joe Brandom.
Number 5.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Here's a speed threat, Francesco Santos. He's already homered in this game. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Grounder might be 2. Boots it. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
Now batting, third baseman, Joey Wendell.
First and second, no outs. Here's the third baseman, Joey Wendell, 1 for 2.
Nope.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 2. That's inside. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Joe Random appears to be getting loose. Random getting loose as well. And there's the automatic. And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Frazier digs in now. 0 for 2 in this one. Swung on, belted. And it's into the gap. 1 runs in, a second scores as well. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He's safe. And they clear the bases. In there, he's safe. It's 7-0. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Joe Random gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching
On
for
the
the
pitch now for the
Nationals.
Nationals, Joe
Number
Random.
21.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And a foul ball. So 1 out, nobody on. And next is the designated hitter, Martin Delgado. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Late swing, foul to the left. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Down the line, and that will drop foul. 4 runs already in the frame. Last half of inning number 5. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He's having a hard time catching up.
That one just misses.
Well, he might have to look for a different put away pitch right here 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And that's a little bit high. And now it's 3-2. That's to third. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And his first big league hit is a double. Martin Delgado with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
One out, runner at second. And up next for Los Angeles, Reggie Tomlinson. He's 2 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Man at second. And a strike in there. Goes down looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
And that is out of play. Delgado stands at second with 2 gone. Out to short. To first, safe. And runners at the corners after the infield single. Julio Pena with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And that one goes straight to the backstop. The Dodgers threatening. Line drive, base hit right field. 1 run is in. Throw cut off, down to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. It's 9-0. Brian Almonte with his first major league. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Fastball for a strike. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze. I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, they'd have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. Good job to fight that one off. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
No, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Hauls it in to end the inning. So 1 left for Washington. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. Well, we go bottom 6, and now here's a speed threat. Frazier steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That misses, and that's ball one. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
That one fouled off, 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. That's off the mark, and the count's full. This one high in the air to left center. Random makes the catch, and that'll do it. Back here in L.A., we go to the top of the 7th. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Random. And that one upstairs, ball one. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Edgar Nivar, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Nieto, the lefty, warming up as well. Foul ball there.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Line drive, base hit, right center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting,
and the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Mohammed Kaufman out of the game, and he was very good. They'll be happy with that, no doubt. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a minute. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Edgar Nivar.
Compared to some days, this
Ball four, take the base.
Man at first, nobody out. Martin Delgado steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Random, a 6'2 righty. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. And it is 2-1. Fastball is outside. And ball four, two aboard. My partner known for being a touch hacktastic. All right, you walked.
That's ball four. Ball four, take the base. Three.
Back here at Dodger Stadium. And here's the first baseman, Eric Frazier. On the ground to the left. And it gets by him.
Now batting.
And now here is Willie Talley. 0 for 3 in this one. Chopped to third. And that chance handled. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, an error like
Now
that, you
batting,
look at the
number
scoreboard
11.
and you kind of wonder if they are losing focus.
Pitching for
A new
Washington.
pitcher in the game, Joe
Number 4.
Random.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Delgado in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Fouled off. He was late. The 1-1 is fouled off. No outs, runners at first and second. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Sets him down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Well, he froze him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter and
with his first major league win.
yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll.